Hello everyone, I'm going to be showing you how I cook Katsu curry. I think it's the best recipe on the internet, so don't go anywhere else. And if you only care about the recipe and don't want to see me clean my kitchen, just skip to 242. Sorry for making you watch 2 minutes of me clean my kitchen. If you skipped, you're just a bitch. So we're gonna start off by washing a couple cups of rice and getting that ready for the rice cooker. You don't have to wash it. Me personally, I usually don't wash it, but since I'm recording, I have to because people are gonna make fun of me and call me unprofessional. But just know that you really don't have to wash any of the rice. So this is like my third time washing it, but now I'm gonna just check if I added enough water at the end. As you can see, I try to show the camera and then spill half of the water out, so then I have to add some more water, and now I'm just guessing to see if there's enough water. So I don't know if it's gonna turn out right. Alright, let me put you guys on game real quick. Right here, I'm going to grab this paper towel and wet it up a little bit, and then lay it down before laying down my cutting board. So if your cutting board slides a lot, this will make it grip to the cutting board and make it safer to use overall. Another pro tip here, I'm going to grab a couple ceramic pieces that have the bottom unglazed, and you can use that to hone your knife. It's just like a whetstone, just a little bit worse. I highly recommend it if you're using a knife that you don't care about, and that's what I'm doing right here. So just follow the same motion that I'm doing, and it does work pretty well. Here I'm doing the mug now because I think it's a higher grit. I'm pulling that out of my ass, but I just felt it with my finger. And now I'm doing the thumbnail trick to see if it's gonna like cut sharper. Okay, now that our workspace is clean and our knife is sharp, it's time to start prepping the vegetables for our curry. I don't have that many vegetables at home, so I'm literally just gonna use an onion and some green onions. So it's just onions squared, I guess. If you have carrots, potatoes, celery, if you're a freak, you could also add that in. But I don't have any groceries and I wasn't planning on getting any, so I'm gonna just make do with what I have. Alright, now I'm about to teach y'all how to cut an onion like the right way, or just my way, or the highway.
My way, or the highway.
So you're gonna like kind of like put your knife on the board and angle it, and just make sure you can like feel out the height, and then you're gonna start slicing. So your goal is to create some horizontal layers, and you're just gonna cut through, not all the way to the end though. You only want to cut in like 95% of the way. And then you're gonna turn the onion, and then you're gonna go down vertically. You're gonna run the knife across your knuckle so that you can trust it and you can not have to look before you place the knife every time. And then you're gonna flip it back again and cut straight down, and you're gonna get perfect little squares. And you can flip it, do the same thing to the top side, turn it, and then get both the left and right side of the onion. And then you're left with like a little cube nugget of just the onion root. And it's always good to make sure you just stop when you feel uncomfortable, because it's better to waste a little bit of onion than cut your finger off. Now I'm gonna just do it a little bit quicker. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what I was doing with this green onion. I kind of just balled it up and started rough chopping it. These green onions I'm just gonna throw into the stew. And now I'm finally slicing on like a diagonal some more green onions. I'm probably gonna use this as garnish. Alright, it's time to beat my meat.
What? Oh, hell no! That's
Not literally, but I'm gonna be using chicken breasts for today. I recommend chicken thighs over chicken breasts because they taste better, but like I said, I don't have groceries and this is all I had. Do you guys ever like get slimy shit on your hand and then you have to wash it off immediately when you're cooking? I'm just wondering because I always do that. I think it's like a texture thing. It might be autism, but alright, so looking at this close-up, can you see how the breast is like really slim thick and how the tip of it is really thin and then the head of it is thick? Pause. But now I'm just gonna beat it so that we can even this out, and this is actually really good for cooking because it's gonna make the cooking time quicker as well as have a more evenly cooked breast, because the one side won't be dry and one side won't be raw. It'll all be evenly cooked. You see what I mean? Look how perfectly thin that looks. Alright, time for the other one. Taking a closer look again, we can see how perfectly thin and even these chicken breasts are. I'm telling you, my meat beating technique is really superb, and I highly recommend you try it out. Alright, it's time for the batter. I'm pretty sure batter isn't normal for Japanese katsu. That's because they use flour, egg, and panko, but I'm doing this because I don't have panko, and also I'm pretty sure it sticks better to the chicken in my experience. So here we're gonna add a little bit of granulated onion. We're just gonna flavor up our batter so it doesn't taste bland and just like flour after. We're gonna add in a good amount of garlic. You can see I kind of go crazy with the garlic, but I'm pretty sure it tastes good. Next up, we have a little bit of paprika. Pretty sure that's not a traditional Japanese spice, but we could just throw it in there. Now this next ingredient is really important. I'm going to be throwing in some good old pre-workout. Raspberry lemonade, I'm pretty sure. You can use any flavor you like. You may be wondering, why the fuck is he using some pre-workout? Well, this is the best Katsu recipe on the internet, so you better listen up. And it makes you feel energetic after you finish eating. It makes you want to do other stuff. It doesn't leave you bloated and heavy, so highly recommend. And finally, just add in a good amount of water until you get a decent consistency. You can see the consistency right here. You should be able to drop it. Oh damn, that looks really lumpy. You should probably use a whisk. I don't have a whisk, but I mean, I think like pancake batter type of consistency, right? Yeah, I'm sure the batter's fine. It's a little thick. Oh, I just dropped my spoon in there. Now that we finished up the batter, we're gonna get onto the dry dredge part. So now you can see here, this is flour squared. We're having a flour-based batter, and then we're also gonna have a flour dredge, so that it's dry when we put it into the oil. So now we're just gonna dredge our chicken in the batter first. Yeah, so you really just want to lay it in there and let it soak up all that flour batter. You can see me picking up a couple grains of unprocessed batter. Oh, that shit looks lumpy. Chicken looks like it got pimples and acnes. Yeah, that chicken looks like, I don't know, Samson's chest or something. Alright, so the actual cooking stuff is pretty boring, so I'm gonna try and speed run this for you real quick. You're gonna put a big ass pot on. You're gonna put it on like medium, high, a little bit higher depending on how proactive you are, I don't know. Then you're gonna throw in like a knob of butter. You're gonna let that butter melt down and get a little bit sizzly. And then we're gonna throw in those diced onions from earlier and get those sauteing. You kind of want to get them sweating. If you ever heard like Joshua Weissman talk about that, you kind of just want the onions to sweat. And if you cut up garlic, you should probably add it there, but I didn't have garlic. So just throw that around, get them sweating, get them sauteing, get some color on them. It's always important to get that Maillard reaction. Yeah, I'm using those fancy terms now, but then we got the golden curry cubes. These are what makes the curry. You need these. I'm not going to teach you how to make them from scratch because I don't know either. So you're going to add some water into your pot. You can see the steam come up. You see all that color? That's from the browning from the onions. And you want that color. It looks a little gross, but you want that. Now you're going to add in your golden curry cube. And you're just going to let that get in there. Let it dissolve, let it break down. And that's going to thicken up as we continue to heat it and cook it up. And it's going to taste real good. Now get yourself a skillet. I'm using a non-stick because that's all I had. You need some oil. I'm using olive oil. Don't recommend that. It's not a frying oil. It's a low temp oil. Use canola or peanut or something. Or if you don't care about yourself, use soybean. We're going to get that around till around 360, a little bit higher than 360, and that's because when you add the chicken, the temps are going to drop. Then we're going to dredge our chicken into the flour after it's been in the flour. And we really want to get it everywhere because you don't want any wet spots leaking out. And you want to make sure it's all craggly like that because those are going to help us get extra crispy. Then drop it right into the oil, laying it away from you, and listen to that sizzle. Once it looks like kind of golden brown, you just flip it over pretty much. And it's going to splash all over you, but whatever.
Yes! Yes!
Alright, let's repeat it again. You know the drill. Get that flour, put it back in the flour, put that flour back in the flour, and then put the flour in the oil. And you should be cooking up. Also, make sure if you don't know how to cook, use a thermometer and make sure the chicken is at 165 Fahrenheit before you take it out. Otherwise, you're going to get salmonella, and I don't want to be responsible. Alright, I just pulled the curry off of the stove. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Jesus, I almost spilled the whole thing over. But you can see it has that darker green color. You can see the onions are a little softer. And we're going to add some soy sauce. That's soy sauce. You can't really read it. It's getting dark out. This sort of just brings up the color, makes it a little bit darker and more appealing. And also it makes it saltier, which I like. But that might kill you if the sodium levels are really high in those bricks. Then we're going to clean our workspace. Always make sure it's clean. And god damn, look at those chickens, bro. Oh my god, it's still dripping. I don't know if that's chicken breast juice or if that's just oil because I used some shitty oil. But we went 2 for 2 on these. They look really good. Alright, time to cut up these chicken breasts and see how we did. I know for a fact you guys are hearing that crunch because that shit is crispy. Let's try and pick it up. And it's all falling apart. I honestly didn't do that on purpose and this... Oh my god. Alright, so the batter thing may not have worked. Panko and eggs might be better, but... We have a second breast though. We can just try it again and see how that goes. Alright, and it's still coming off, but it's not as bad. I don't think batter's the method, sorry guys. But this is still the best recipe on the internet, so don't click away just yet. Alright, it's time to plate everything up. Make it aesthetic for IG and all that. I'm gonna take out some of our rice that's been cooking up. It looks real fluffy. I think we got it just right. So we're gonna add a good amount of rice. You need a good ratio to curry, rice, and chicken, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it looks like a decent amount. Now we can start adding our curry. You want to add enough so that every bite of rice isn't dry and it's still saturated with curry, you know what I mean? Add a couple scoops. Maybe add another scoop. Then we're going to add our first chicken breast. Usually I lay it straight in the curry, but I'm double stacking it this time, so I have to, you know, make room. Damn, that already looks good. We got 2 full chicken breasts on that thing. Put in our garnish. I just realized I forgot to put green onion in the curry, but it's whatever. Y'all want to see some B-roll? Alright, I'm getting kind of hungry watching this back and editing, so let's just take a bite and see how it is. Now, I know for a fact y'all heard that crunch. That shit is good. I think I remember how it tasted. This was like a week ago, and it tasted really good. Holy shit, that's good. And for all you that think I can't finish the whole meal, I had to record proof because you guys are going to say that I wasted it. But I did finish the whole meal. I am a certified big bag, and I'm not ashamed of it. But I did finish the whole meal. I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Like it up. This is the best Katsu curry recipe, so share it with your friends. Bring this to the next Thanksgiving or potluck or something. And yeah, that's all. Have a good one. Bye.